something strange happened while we were away. And a period of 30 million years slipped by in what seemed like just a 20-minute interval. Now, a lot can happen in 30 million years. And while they were gone, the Jurassic gave way to the Cretaceous period. The continents are on the move as usual, and a new ocean has opened up, dividing the Americas from Europe and Africa. It will come to be known as the Atlantic. Only one group of reptiles can possibly bridge this watery gap and cross continents. For nearly 80 million years now, flying reptiles have soared over the earth. These pterosaurs now dominate the skies. Recently though, these extraordinary creatures have started to get bigger, much bigger. And one of the largest is the Ornithocheirus. His body isn't much bigger than ours, but he's got a wingspan 12 meters wide. And look, he's covered in fine fur, like a bat. His bones are hollow to keep him as light as possible. Those huge wings give him 20 square meters to catch the wind. And they're filled with sensors that constantly send information back to the brain, so he can trim his sails and float along the softest breeze. Watch how he glides, riding the air. He can travel over 40 miles from a cliff top, or on the warm-up drafts created by those volcanic fissures. Ornithocheirus is a constant wanderer. On he travels over open water, moving easily between the newly created continents. He stays up there for hours, searching for food day and night. So Ornithocheirus simply feeds on fish along the way. Flying just above the water, he skewers his prey with the sharp teeth in that long beak. There's a storm brewing, and a huge glider like this has got to find somewhere safe to roost. But will he make it? but he's still vulnerable on land. And these predators know it. comes a nasty bunch. A gang of killers, nicknamed Raptors. Meet the Utah Raptors. It's feeding time as usual, and there's a definite pecking order. The weakest of the three is going to have to wait for his meal. Nothing like the dinner table at your house, I'm sure. None for you, mate. You hear those sounds? Raptors are intelligent enough to communicate with each other. It helps them work as a team in the pursuit of their prey. Look at those sleek, muscle bodies, held in perfect balance by the tail. The tail constantly adjusts as the raptor slinks forward. Graceful but deadly. You wouldn't want to run into one of these in a dark alley. You see their arms, the way they tuck them in by their sides, the way they bend at the wrist and are held against the body. That remind you of anything? Okay, hold our thoughts. We'll get back to that later. The thing I find most interesting about raptors is their concentration. Do you see the way they walk? Heads hardly moving, eyes fixed on the goal ahead. But they're quick when they need to be. They're pretty smart for dinosaurs. We tend to think that a bigger brain means more intelligence. But with raptors, it's quality, not quantity that counts. Millions of years are flying by until we come to rest in the mid-Cretaceous period, where there's a new addition to the landscape of conifers and ferns. Flowers. Think about that. Until now, no creature on Earth has ever seen the colour of a bluebird. But now, with the arrival of flowers, it's beginning to look a bit more like the world that we know. Well, just a bit. And this is how it works. Now, insects had already been around for 100 million years before the dinosaurs. But until now, they had nothing to do with pollination. Plants were fertilized by wind, by water. But now, in the mid-Cretaceous period, they find another way. Now, insects had always fed from plants. Then eventually, they start to carry pollen from one plant to another. Well, that works really well for the plants. So they start to reward the insects with delicious nectar. It keeps them coming back for more. Then, the plants start to compete with each other to attract the insects with colour. That's their weapon of mass attraction. If you're a good-looking plant, then you flourish. Hey, come on, insects, you want some yellow, don't you? Oh, no, it's red you're after. Ah, what about trying a bit of purple? You see, the more flowers, the more insects. And then the more insects, the more flowers. It's called co-evolution. And I think this is one of the most beautiful examples. We see new types of insects come into being because of all the flowers. Bees, wasps, moths, butterflies. Miracles of natural engineering, perfectly evolved to feed on flowers that reward them with sweet nectar and brilliant colours. It's nature at its most perfect. Get off. Got it. Well, it's almost perfect. So that's all flowers are. Reproductive